Now it is day 3 of Formula 1 testing in Barcelona. Let's cross live, shall we, to the Circuit de Catalunya and join Craig Slater. There he is, Craig, in the sunshine once again. Craig, who's setting the pace so far?
Well, you're right, Rob. It is a beautiful day here, and it is meaning that the cars are going pretty fast too. The early pace setter today was Sebastian Vettel in the Ferrari. It's difficult to know exactly what to make of the Ferrari. They often look good in testing and then rather disappoint when the season itself gets started. But yeah, Vettel has been there or thereabouts for most of this week, and Ferrari's chairman has come out and said that he thinks the team has made a great step over the winter. But so it would appear have world champions Mercedes as well, because Valtteri Bottas came out late in the morning here, and in a couple of laps, in a couple of short stints, produced the most significant laps of this winter thus far. On the soft tyres, running with enough fuel for 6 laps, he went 0.8 of a second quicker than any car has gone here this winter. That's very impressive, because he's obviously carrying the extra weight of that fuel. And then he followed that by bolting on super soft tyres and producing the fastest lap on this circuit by anyone for 8 years. So that was very impressive from the Mercedes, who had a visitor in the garage today. We met up with Nico Rosberg last night at an event in town, and he was down in the garage watching proceedings today. There was a little bit of controversy caused in the run-up to this test, with Lewis Hamilton saying he wished teammates didn't have to share data between each other, so that a driver's individual skill in finding out where all the best braking points were, where all the grip was on track, should be the preserve of an individual driver and not shared with his teammates. So Ted Kravitz caught up with Rosberg this morning and asked them if that had been a familiar kind of request that Hamilton had made during their time together as teammates.
It's his view, and again, if I put myself into the driver's perspective, then yeah, it just makes it all a bit more 1970s, you know, and just a little bit more pure, you know, and then there's more variability in it, and that doesn't have to be a bad thing, you know. So, but then again, you know, we are in a technological world, and that is just part of the sport now, you know, that we're all cutting edge and super professional. So you can see it this way or that way.
Nico Rosberg, for my money, looks 5 years younger than he did when he had all the stresses and strains of fighting for a world title. I think Sebastian Vettel, if he were fighting for a world title this year, that would be an enormous relief for him. He has been frustrated with the fact that Ferrari haven't really been challengers since he's moved there. We will be hearing from him for the first time this pre-season in the next hour. It will be interesting to see what he thinks his team's prospects are.
Craig, thank you very much indeed.
It is day 3 of testing ahead of the new Formula 1 season, and Lewis Hamilton may need to look over his shoulder in this morning's session if it's anything to go by, because his new teammate at Mercedes set the fastest time of the test so far on the soft, super soft and ultra soft tyres. So another impressive performance for the team in this session. Bottas completed 75 laps. He'll hand over to Hamilton for the afternoon session, but we could be in for quite a battle between these two this season. What sort of competition will they face from Red Bull? Well, Daniel Ricciardo was second quickest this morning. He managed 48 laps on the soft tyres. There has been plenty of attention on Ferrari this week. They set the pace yesterday, and Sebastian Vettel was in the car today on the medium tyres. He was 4th quickest. And after spinning off the track early on, it turned into a good morning for Renault's Jolyon Palmer. And he set the 3rd fastest time, completing 51 laps in total. Well, there'll be no more scenes like this with Nico Rosberg hanging up his helmet. So can his replacement, Bottas, genuinely compete with Hamilton?
He's a good driver, so for sure we need to expect that he will be challenging Lewis. Then it's difficult to predict exactly how they're going to compare. We all know Lewis is a massive benchmark, so it's never going to be easy against him, but I'm sure there's going to be a good battle. The drivers, they're going to be gladiators out there this year, you know, and the cars are going to take them to their physical limits. And we might even see drivers losing race wins because of just being physically knackered. And I think that's the direction of the sport should be in, you know, and so it's all looking good.
Now, it is day 3 of Formula 1 testing in Barcelona, so let's take you back there, live to the Circuit de Catalunya, where Craig Slater is for us. Craig?
Thank you very much indeed. Beautiful day, shirt sleeves weather, nearly 20 degrees Celsius, and it's lovely coming out to have a look at these cars. And of course, a lot of the team bosses are out here looking at them as well, including Dr. Helmut Marko, the head of Red Bull Motorsport. What's your assessment of what you've seen thus far, Dr. Marko?
First of all, the car looks much better, more aggressive, more sexy. And what I've seen in the fast corner, the cornering speed is amazing. So I'm sure we will see much faster lap times. Overtaking, I'm not so sure. They are braking so late. It will be a difficult. But let's see when people are running with the same amount of weight and with full horsepower or not. So I think it could be an interesting season.
Do you have enough horsepower in your Renault engine to fight Mercedes this season?
Of course, Mercedes is still the favorite. For sure, they have the fastest engine, they have the most drivable or best drivability. Renault is catching up. How much we will see when we come to Melbourne. But we are positive that we could come very near to them mid-season or so.
I want to ask you about one of the younger drivers in your Red Bull program, Carlos Sainz. Did Mercedes approach you about taking him? And he's still at Toro Rosso. If you didn't have a space at Red Bull and another big team came in for him next year, would you have to let him go?
First of all, we don't want to be in a situation like Mercedes was, you know. All of a sudden, quite late, or at the end of the season, being there without a competitive driver. That's why we have our junior team. And so far, none of the top team has approached us. Toro Rosso should be a good midfield team. Their aim is they should finish fifth, so as long as nothing better comes around, we don't see any reason why he should leave.
One last quick thought. You're watching some of the cars with Norbert Vettel. I wonder, with all this extra downforce, if Sebastian Vettel could be very effective this year in the Ferrari.
I'm sure Sebastian had a bad, I would say, a little unlucky season last year. The Ferrari looks strong. With the Italians, you never know how much weight they have, you know. But I think it should be a fight between Mercedes, Ferrari and us. How close we are, and the rest we will see during the season.
Thank you very much, Dr. Marko. Pleasure talking to you. Yes, it's interesting. All these games going on at the moment, cars carrying different weights. But for the record, Valtteri Bottas, who's quickest on track today, has moved up to second favourite for the championship, ahead of his driver, Max Verstappen. So Hamilton favourite, Bottas second favourite, Verstappen third favourite to be drivers' champion in 2017.
Oh, interesting. Craig, thank you very...
OK, it is day 3 of Formula One testing over in Barcelona. So, without any further ado, let's go live there now and join Craig Slater, who's a happy man because he's at the Circuit de Catalunya. Craig, good afternoon to you. These new cars, Craig, they're supposed to be the fastest in the sport. Are we getting close to actually seeing them hit that target?
They're going like the clappers, Jim. They're greased lightning. And actually, we've got some official data to back that up as well from Pirelli, the tyre supplier, who projected the pole time at this race in May is going to be 1 minute 17 seconds. It was 1 minute 22 seconds when Lewis Hamilton took pole in the 2016 Grand Prix here. So that's a 5-second gain. So yes, they are looking like they're going to be the fastest cars in F1 history. Fastest on track today is Hamilton's teammate Valtteri Bottas, who had 3 little spells of 6 laps in which he set the fastest time on the soft, the super soft, and then the ultra soft tyres as we watch the Sauber just come in here behind me. And that last time on the ultra soft was the fastest time set by any car here for 8 years, so they are going well. But Ferrari not far behind them. Sebastian Vettel just 2/10 off Bottas, and he was running 2 tyre compounds harder, so he should go quicker than that. So it's interesting. We don't know the fuel loads the different cars are running at the moment, so we can't make precise predictions as to who stands where, but Mercedes and Ferrari, maybe Red Bull, the 3 out in front at the moment.
Thank you very much indeed, Craig.
It's always having a great time, isn't it?
OK.
Right, with 3 weeks to go until the new Formula One season gets underway, Mercedes and Ferrari continue to set the pace on day 3 of testing in Barcelona. It was Mercedes' new driver, Valtteri Bottas, that impressed today, posting the fastest time on ultra super soft and soft tyres. But are Ferrari closing the gap though? Sebastian Vettel just 0.2 slower than Bottas today as he completed 138 laps. It was Hamilton. Completed 88 laps, he finished 7th after undergoing race simulations. And while at Red Bull, Daniel Ricciardo has claimed they can beat Mercedes this year, but is that a view shared by the team's advisor, Dr. Helmut Marko?
Of course, Mercedes is still the favorite for sure. They have the fastest engine, they have the most drivable or best drivability. Renault is catching up. How much we will see when we come to Melbourne, but we are positive that we could come very near to them mid-season or so.
So Mercedes continue to set the pace, and Lewis Hamilton admits he's happy with preparations ahead of this new season.
Great thing is today I got my first race run done, which was no problem at all. So training has worked pretty well, which I'm super happy about. And otherwise, yeah, I mean, the car is running very smoothly, and we're just trying to bit by bit chip away at different setup items just to tick boxes off. And yeah, I hope that it continues this way.
Andy Murray is in
Circuit de Catalunya, and rejoin our man there, Craig Slater. Craig, what about Hamilton, Craig? Any plans to change his jet-set lifestyle this season?
Well, a lot of people last year, Jim, thought that transatlantic lifestyle he had, flying to Los Angeles in weekends or weeks between races, perhaps cost him the World Championship. It made him take his eye off the ball a little bit. But I think you have to factor in that Lewis Hamilton is in his 30s now. He's entering his 11th season in Formula One. He had the kind of day today that he sees as a necessary chore. Nearly 100 laps in the car, going around at a humdrum pace. You know, does he really need all of this still? Does he really need to add to 3 World Championships he already has? And I think he sees this jet-set lifestyle as a nice offset to all the hard work that he has to put in here. So I did ask him today, does he intend to carry on as he has before and travel the world in between competing in all these Grand Prix?
I mean, I'm going to continue to live the life I live, and of course, I mean, whatever... self-motivation is always a very difficult thing, I think, for any of us. I think it's for the human race to find each year and each day. I'm very, very fortunate. I've got amazing support from my fans who motivate me, my family, my friends, and even within myself, just that yearning to want to better myself, to be better as a driver, but better as a person to the people around me. So you can always grow, you can always get better, and I'm going to continue to do the things that I do and explore the world and look forward to meeting new people and new cultures and new experiences. That's for sure not going to change.
Lewis Hamilton was well off the pace today, but he was doing a different programme to his teammate Valtteri Bottas. And I think in general we have to be a little bit cautious about the times at the moment because they've tumbled so much, because the cars are different and the times are coming down day by day. I think there is perhaps this illusion that the teams are actually working on performance. I don't think that really is the case, particularly for the likes of Red Bull and 1 or 2 others as well. I don't think we'll see their actual performance runs until next week, but certainly Mercedes looks strong, and Hamilton in particular.
Craig, terrific. Thank you very much.
Lewis Hamilton has backed Formula One's new owners and believes the sport's popularity could rival football.
Yeah, Liberty Media have relaxed rules on social media, allowing teams to post clips of their drivers, and Hamilton has welcomed their impact.
It is such an amazing sport. I'm loving driving the car and working. I walked into the garage this morning and I'm just like, it's crazy. I've been doing this for so long, but it's such an amazing feeling to walk in and see that car sitting there, and I'm one of the only 2 people that get to drive it. You know, it's quite incredible. But I think the potential of Formula One is not yet reached in terms of its global success, and I think it's far from it, to be honest. So I think I'm hoping that these, with the help of everyone here, and I think these guys are really going to be able to try and squeeze out that extra bit to take it so that it is as massive as, I don't know if it'll ever be as big as football, but, closer up there with those guys.
Hamilton was speaking in Barcelona as testing ahead of the new season continues. It was the third day of the Circuit de Catalunya, and his new Mercedes teammate posted the fastest time so far. Hamilton is impressed with how Valtteri Bottas has settled in.
He seems to be doing a solid job. Just been focusing, doing my stuff in between. When I'm off in the afternoon or in the morning, I'm out training, so I've not really had a lot to look at, but his feedback seems solid, and he's working great with the team. He's gelled in very, very smooth, very easily, and he's doing a great job as far as I'm aware.
Hamilton completed 88 laps and claims he's in great shape ahead of the new season. Hamilton's showbiz lifestyle has been criticised, but he has no plans to curb his activities away from the track.
I'm going to continue to live the life I live, and of course, whatever. Self-motivation is always a very difficult thing, I think, for any of us. I think it's for the human race to find each year and each day. I'm very, very fortunate. I've got support from my fans who motivate me, my family, my friends, and even within myself, just that yearning to want to better myself, to be better as a driver, but better as a person to the people around me. So you can always grow, you can always get better, and I'm going to continue to do the things that I do and explore the world, and look forward to meeting new people and new cultures and new experiences. That's for sure not going to change.
A reminder, the first